Hi everyone, welcome to one more time the nerd of the class. Today we are going to talk about cells, particularly the likeness and the differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Okay, and before talking of each type of cell, I have to say that it was thanks to the advance with microscopy that we could have effective proper identification of some of the subcellular structures to the organelles. Okay, so we could see the different cytoplasmic organelles thanks to electronic microscope. Okay, before that, with the optic microscope, it was impossible. Okay, you cannot see, for example, mitochondria with optic microscope, but you do with an electronic one. So, what is the prokaryotic cell? Because with that development, we could identify two main groups of cells. The first one was the prokaryotic cells, which are with a simpler structure, and this has less organelles internally. It has not nuclear membrane. There is actually a polemic with that name because you said prokaryotic cell is a cell that has not nucleus, and that's partially incorrect. Okay, you have a nucleoid. Okay, it's called nucleoid. It's a nucleus, okay, it's the genetic material, but without nuclear membrane. Prokaryon actually means before nucleus, okay? So what it happened actually with the prokaryotic cells is that this has not nuclear membrane, but they had a nucleoid. And the nucleoid is not isolated from the cytoplasm. However, it has a nucleus. In the other case, we have the eukaryotic cells. These are complex structure, okay? This has much more organelles in the cytoplasm, and this has nuclear membrane. Actually, we are going to have an additional structure in the nucleus called nucleolus, and all the different cytoplasmic organelles that we used to have, like Golgi's apparatus or endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so likeness, in which these two are similar because both are cells. So consequently, they need to have something in common. Well, uh, these both, okay, will have plasmatic membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. In the plasmatic membrane, there are differences that we are going to talk later. In the nucleus, we have the difference that we talk already. And in the cytoplasm, we are going to have the different that uh, apart that some of them have more organelles than the other, is that the ribosomes that are free in the cytoplasm in each cell, okay, because we have ribosome linked to the plasmid reticulum, but we also have ribosome that are free in the cytoplasm. In the case of the prokaryotic, the units in which the ribosomes are measured. Sorry, the ribosomes are measured, and these are going to be a little bit smaller. Okay. So which other likeness there is? We have a cell wall. This likeness is not with all eukaryotic cells, only with the vegetal and the fungi, the fungi, okay, only with those two types of cells. And in each case, the cell wall of prokaryotic cells is not the same material that the cell wall of the vegetal and fungi. Okay. Uh, in the prokaryotic, and prokaryotics are bacteria, so the material is peptidoglycan. Okay. And in the vegetal cells, for example, is cellulose. Difference in which these are different. Well, the principal difference is the size. Okay. In in average, eukaryotic cells are 10 times bigger than the prokaryotic cells. Okay. We have 1 to 10 micrometers for prokaryotics and 10 to 100 for eukaryotic. Okay. So it's, it's a very big difference. Uh, only for you to have an idea, uh, eukaryotic cell is like an elephant and the prokaryotic is like a little cat. Okay, it's like a kitty, very small compared with the other one. The other difference remains in the metabolism. Due that eukaryotic cells has mitochondria, this could make the Krebs cycle or the citric acid cycle, in which this can produce more TPA that those that can produce the process like glycolysis or lactic fermentation. Okay, glycolysis or lactic fermentation, it depends of the oxygen requirement that the cells it has. Also, here what I mentioned before, we will have difference in the membrane. Okay, in the plasmatic membrane, esterol and no esterol. The prokaryotic, it has not esterol, which are lipid molecules that complement the structure of the membrane in the eukaryotics. For example, in animal cells, the principal esterolic component is the cholesterol. In fungi is the ergosterol. After that, we have finally that the main difference is that prokaryotics are exclusively unicellular. Okay, unicellular organism, bacteria. All prokaryotics are mainly that, bacteria. And pluricellular or unicellular is a characteristic of eukaryotic. We could have unicellular prokaryotic cells like the fungi or like parasites. For example, the one that can produce amoebiasis, but in pluricellular, but the pluricellular organisms are only formed by eukaryotic cells, like uh, plants, like animals, and like us. Okay, and that's mainly all for now. I remember, if you like, please subscribe and activate notification. That will be very useful for me. uh, Join to the Telegram channel, which is going to be in the description. I pass books, I pass news, all very useful information over there. You can follow me in Instagram, like runner of the class. We also have a Facebook page. So that's all for now, and thanks for watching.